Hi, I'm here with my son, and today we're smoking a prime rib and sweet potatoes on the Masterbuilt XL ThermoTemp smoker.
The reason we love smoking prime rib on the ThermoTemp smoker is unlike traditional propane, it perfects temperature control.
Thermostatically controls it, which today is more important because we're smoking a prime rib and we want to have precise temperature control, and it's about 35 to 40 degrees out here this morning. By lunchtime, it's going to be about 55 degrees, which is a 20-degree spread, and this smoker doesn't care.
I'm ready to eat.
All right,
This is prime rib.
Let's dive into this. This is a 6 to 8 pound prime rib. Let's get started. We're going to show you how this is a very simple recipe with just 4 simple ingredients. And John's going to put them in a bowl, and we're going to make a rub. We've got 6 tablespoons of kosher salt. We've got 3 tablespoons of black pepper, 2 tablespoons of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. And the brown sugar gives it just a little bit of sweet flavor, and this is going to create a bark on the outside of our prime rib. All right, so basically what we're doing is we're completely coating all sides of this prime rib and pressing it into all sides. Smoking a prime rib, typically I do this recipe at 225 degrees for 1 hour per pound. But like a lot of us, you might want to do this recipe faster. So we've perfected this technique, and on the ThermoTemp, we're taking it up to 350 degrees for the first hour, then we're going to turn it down to 275 for the last 2 hours.
And is that to help create the bark?
That is to create the bark, and it also actually seals the juices in on this prime rib, and when you see us cut into it, perfection.
Man, I'm excited.
The other thing that we do is you'll notice we've got a row of carrots here, and we're going to put the prime rib right on top of the carrots.
And why do we do that? What's the carrots for?
The reason for that is you'll notice that allows the prime rib to breathe while it's in the smoker, and we've also got it on a tray. We always wrap it in aluminum foil for easy cleanup, and we're going to put this right on the top rack. All right, the other thing that we're going to do, we've got 4 large sweet potatoes, and we're going to put it right below, and we're going to rotate those sweet potatoes about every hour. All right, so John's going to put some wood chips in. This is another thing that is nice about the ThermoTemp. This is a split door design smoker, which allows us to hold the temperature into the top chamber while John is putting in the wood chips. Close that smoker door up. All right, so John, you got your wood chips on, and today we're smoking with hickory wood chips because we're smoking beef. We've got our sweet potatoes on. We're going to come back in 1 hour and rotate the sweet potatoes, and we're going to turn the temperature down from 350 down to 275 degrees.
Ready? Go inside and enjoy the warmth.
Okay. So we're 1 hour into the recipe, and we're going to do 2 things. One, John is going to rotate the sweet potatoes so that they will cook evenly, and we're going to add some more wood chips. And the internal temperature of this prime rib at 1 hour is around 60 degrees. We're climbing up real well. With this prime rib, we're going to have about 1 degree of internal temperature about every minute and a half. So we're tracking real well. All right, and one more thing we're going to do is we're going to turn it down from 350 down to 275 for the last 2 hours of the recipe, and see you in 1 hour. All right, we're in hour 2. John's added some more wood chips for the 3rd and final time. He's going to rotate the sweet potatoes one more time, so again that they cook evenly. Prime rib internal temperature is about 90 degrees. And the outside temperature is about 15 degrees warmer than it was when we started.
We've gotten a little warmer, but that's okay. The ThermoTemp maintains an even temperature, hands-free down there at 275. No fluctuation on the internal temp.
All right, we're 3 hours into this recipe, and John's going to take the prime rib off and show you how amazing this recipe looks. We're at 135 degrees internal temperature on the prime rib, which is a perfect medium rare temperature. And what we're going to do is we're going to take some aluminum foil, and we're going to cover this prime rib while it's resting for about 20 minutes. And all this does, you don't want to wrap it, you just want to basically cover it like a tent, keeping it warm while it rests. Now John's going to talk through the sweet potatoes.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take a sweet potato and we're going to cut the sweet potato in half right down the middle. We're going to open up that potato, we're going to score it on the face of that potato, and then we're going to grab some butter cut into little slices, and we're gonna place 2 of those pats of butter on the face of the potato. Grab some brown sugar. We're gonna sprinkle a little bit of that brown sugar on top of it, and then about on half of these, we're gonna take some marshmallows and put some marshmallows on top of that potato to give it kind of that dessert flavor. Kids love this.
It is so amazing.
We're gonna put them back on the smoker to let them keep warm while the prime rib sits. 20 more minutes.
So here's the most fun part. The prime rib is again at 135. It's actually creeping up to about 140 degrees internal temperature. Woo! With our meat probe. John's got the sweet potatoes off. And folks, this is what it is all about.
They're looking sweet too.
We've smoked a prime rib for 30 minutes per pound on the Masterbuilt XL ThermoTemp. And John, I'm gonna borrow one of those gloves and show you folks just how amazing this prime rib is. It's been resting again for 20 minutes. All right, so folks, our prime rib is looking amazing. We've got it to, again, 135 to 140 degrees internal temperature, smoked it to perfection on the Masterbuilt XL ThermoTemp. Yep. We've got a prime rib that if you're splurging to get a nicer cut of meat, more expensive cut of meat, this product allows you to cook it to perfection. Yep. I like it because it serves about 8 adults.
Yep, I was about to ask that. So this will serve total about 8 people. What my wife and I do is we'll actually cut 2 steaks out of this, we'll wrap it, put it back in the refrigerator and hold on to it for a couple of days. Pull it out when we want to eat dinner, we'll cut some steaks out of it, and you can pan fry that, you can re-smoke it, you can grill it, and have that for dinner for several occasions after that.
Yeah, regardless of how you do it. You eat it all at one time with 8 adults, or you use it as leftovers. What do you think?
I'm gonna grab me a piece.
Highly recommend you try a prime rib, smoked prime rib recipe.
Golly, that's good, man.